Whoa now, woodies and woodettes. It's TK with Cuts by Kelly. I got a bar fade video for you. I hope you like it. If you do, make sure you hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe button. And leave a comment if you have any questions or concerns about this content. But that's it. Let's get into the video. Yeah. Alright, we're going to do things a little different on this one from what I normally do. So you can see I'm knocking down the hair to the wavelength. That's a 1.5 blade that I have on there. And what I mean by different, I'm talking about the way I edited this video. I'm going to show the fade on one side and I'll let y'all watch the other side. And y'all can see how I tried to just be a little more meticulous on finding the spots or the imperfections when I do the cleanup process. Like I always say, when you're doing that, you just have to be real mindful that your eyes might not see what I see, and then your eyes might be better than mine. When you look at what I'm doing, you might say, man, he's still leaving some spots. True. You might see some spots that I don't see, but it's all a process. The more you do it, the better you get. And then, like I always say, the longer you take on one haircut, then it helps you to get more of the spots. But if you have your time slots for 30-35 minutes and stuff like that, you could get a good haircut, but I mean, I would think it would be tough to get all the spots in that time. But if you can, more power to you. So I knocked down his hair to a 1.5, and you can see I set my all the way open midway line, and here I am with the 1.8 setting my highest guideline, but I'm fading it out as I set it. So now that we have all our guidelines set, here I go with my 1/16 guard, and I'm starting to fade that line out, and it's closed. My blade is closed with the 1/16 guard on, and I'm fading. I'm gonna go close, quarter, 3/4, then open, like I always say. And with the masters, you have the notches on the side to demonstrate that for you, to help you see it. So it makes it easier compared to some of your, like your envies, and I think your wall scenes and stuff like that. They don't have it there, but it's still essentially the same thing. So here I go with quarter now. I got my blade open 25% of the way. Now I have it open 3/4 of the way, 75% of the way, and I'm knocking out that weight. I'm using a corner of my clipper. Now I have my blade all the way open. It's the 1/16 guard. Like I said before, I'm using the corner of my clipper, and I'm pretty much right underneath the 1/8 that I set up at the beginning. Okay, we thinned out the hair, or we debulked it enough to where now I'm fading into that 1/8. So I'm gonna use the corner of my clipper to make sure I don't put another hard line in there, and it'll be easier when I go back to do my cleanup. So when you're doing these steps, just go back and forth over it like 3 or 4 times, using the corner of your clipper to try to get that whole little level on the same length. That's going to help you when it's time to clean up. Okay, here's something else I do. I typically get these fade blades for the bottom of my fade because it makes it easier for me to get those lines out, and I just think it looks cleaner at the bottom of my fade. It might just be my eyes, but it's just something that I like, so I use these. And you can see I got it closed. I'm knocking out the bottom line. Then I'm gonna open this up 1/4 of the way. And these clippers in particular, they don't have the notches, so the quarter is once I close it, I open it up just a little bit. Now, I guess the downfall with this is when you go to quarter, if I go to the other side and open it up a quarter, it might not be exactly in the same spot because there's no notch to let me know that I have it in a certain area. So that is the only downfall to it, but it's not a big downfall. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference. Whatever clipper you like, it'll work. Just make sure you have a system that you can use over and over. So right now I'm gonna open my clipper all the way up and then use the corner like I'm doing right there just to blend it. So you can see it's pretty clean. Now I'm just trying to catch any spots that I see. So I'm going back with my masters closer to the top and just using the corner of my clipper to catch any spots just to try to get the blend better. And like I said, this is the part that kind of make your work stand out, because you go back and do your cleanup, try to make the fade look better. I'm sure a lot of you probably looking at it right now like, man, the fade is clean enough. True, it is nice, but you want to continue to try to make it better just so you can get better at what you do. You know, you want to put out some of the best work. So I'm going back and catch any spot that I can see. So you see on this side I already faded it. Now I'm going back to do the cleanup, the spot check like I told y'all. And so on this, I'll let y'all look at it. I'm not going to do too much talking over this, but it's just pretty much a spot check. I got my clipper all the way open and I'm using the corner of my clipper and just checking for spots. Whatever spot I see, I try to knock it out. And like I said, you'll see me using the corner of my clipper just so I don't take out too much. And this allows me to go higher than normal on the fade, like at the top of the fade, and really work out some of those areas. Notice another thing I do, I use one hand to kind of stretch the skin, and it just highlights some of those spots. So just check it out and see me do my spot check. Now, do you like what you see? Well, hit the like button. Would you like to see more? Well, hit the subscribe button. Let's get back into the video. So here we go with the lineup. I'm using my Slimline Pros. I haven't used these in a while when I do lineups, really. I just be using these when I do designs, but I want to use them this time. So like always with your lining, you want some sharp clippers to make it easier so you don't have to work as hard. And you want to find your lowest point to start lining up. Sometimes you want to go to a higher point. It just depends on the person. But right now his lining is pretty much strong all the way through. So it's an easy lineup. And then he comes probably once a month but his hair doesn't grow in too much on over his lining, so it works out real well, you know. So anyway, one thing that you should work on with your linings is you just want to make sure you try to get all the hair off as possible, clean across the lining. Sometimes you might line someone up and there's probably like 2 or 3 hairs that's just overlapping and you don't really pay attention to them. But if you pay attention to those and really knock those off, it will make your line real crisp. What you saw that I did just then, I turned them towards the mirror, and that helps me to get an even lining on both sides. I'm trying to keep them facing the camera just so y'all can see, but typically I like to go towards the mirror because that helps me to keep the lining straight all the way across. So we coming to the end of this video. If you're still watching it, I really appreciate you. I hope you like this content. If you do, make sure you like, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the comment. Leave a comment if you have any questions or concerns. Here's the before, and like I said, his line really looks pretty good to me to say it's been a month. But here's the after. I hope you like it. If you do, like I say, like and subscribe. If you don't like it, I don't care. But anyway, this is TK with Cuts by Kelly, and I appreciate you.